Deep bedding, chicken run, 6 reasons. Here we go. Okay, this flock does not have deep bedding. It's got a lot of wood chips, but I wouldn't call it deep bedding. Let me go show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a deep bedding chicken run. You notice I got the board here to hold the bedding in. I've got surrounded by logs around the base of this chicken run as well. So this bedding is about 12 to 18 inches thick right now. The first benefit of deep bedding in your chicken run is that it's going to build up compost, really good compost. And you can use that compost in your garden to help grow plants. You can use it to spread on your lawn to help make your grass greener. You can probably even find people that will pay you money for your compost. So that's one good reason why you want to have chicken runs that are filled with deep bedding. Reason number 2 is that it gives them something to do. Chickens are kind of jerks, and if they're not entertained, if they're not kept busy, they might peck at each other, they might hurt each other, do other stupid things. So if they're not eating or laying an egg, or they're just walking around doing something, if they've got some compost to kick and scratch through, then it's going to keep them occupied. It's going to give them something to do. They like to work. Also, this deep bedding needs to be aerated, so the chickens have to be able to kick and scratch through it. So what you use matters. You could use leaves like this. You can use grass clippings because they're nice and short and they won't get tangled up. I like to use wood chips. I'll show you them in a minute. You could also use straw, but you want to be careful with straw because it could intertwine and then become what's called matted or capped, which if it's something is capped, then that means the chickens cannot scratch through it, which means they cannot aerate it, which means it won't actually build compost. So you don't want to use material that can cap. Remember, these chickens are only, what, 5 pounds? So they're not very strong, but they can move a lot of stuff as long as it's loose and small that they can kick it around. Let me show you the wood chips that I use. All right, I got my wood chips here under these tarps. Now, it's important that you want to keep these wood chips dry. Oh, if you look here, see, so here's a problem. Here's the problem, right? So, oh no, don't get my coat. So it's important you want to keep these wood chips dry. And as you see here, my tarp is blown off the wood chip pile. So that is no good, and I really can't do anything with that because the ice is kind of stuck on it now. Anyway, you want to keep these dry. See how that's covered under the wood chips? Because what these wood chips are, oh jeez, it's frozen solid. These wood chips are like a sponge, okay? And a sponge can only soak up so much stuff, and it soaks up nitrogen and moisture in the chicken run. If the wood chips are soaking wet, then they're already saturated and they can't absorb any more nitrogen. So you want to keep your wood chips dry in a deep bedding system. We get our wood chips from a tree trimming company. They just give us their wood chips whenever we need them and they have some excess, because they have to pay money to dump them somewhere. But if our house is on their way somewhere, then they'll just take a load to our place. I hope you can find wood chips for free. You probably can. You might have to do some calling around, but even if you have to pay for them, so what? It's better for the chickens, it's better for everything. Okay, what's next? Okay, reason number 3, this is a big one. All right, so reason number 3 is for odor elimination, right? Like, chickens can smell nasty, farm animals can smell nasty, and if it does smell nasty, it's because your carbon to nitrogen ratio is off. You need more carbon to absorb the nitrogen smell. So, I don't know what the actual ratio is. Maybe it's 80-20 carbon to nitrogen, I'm not really totally sure. But here's the rule of thumb. If it smells, you got to add more carbon. So go take some more wheelbarrows full or bucket loads of wood chips and come throw it over here into the deep bedding system. You want to start with some bedding, let them poop on it, just add more bedding, let them poop on it, add more bedding. You don't need to just put, 20 inches of bedding in there, but let it build up over time, and then the stuff that's down at the bottom is going to really start to compost well for you. Reason number 4, it's an exothermic thing, right? So it gives off heat. So if you look at this chicken run, notice the chicken run doesn't have as much snow in it as the ground right out here does, right? Because what's happening in there is it's a heat generating activity, so it's warmer for the chickens inside the chicken run on this deep bedding compost than it is outside not on it. Let me show you. All right, this is, the chickens are chasing the red dot. That's kind of funny. All right, so this is 20, 25, 26 degrees, 27 degrees, almost 28. And over here, we are at 23, 24. Huh. It's like a 4 or 5 degree difference from the deep bed composting out here. So that's gonna be nice for the chickens in the wintertime. That's reason number 4. Guys, if you're watching this video, thank you so much. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, we'd really appreciate it. Reason number 5 why I love deep bedding in the chicken run is because it's easy. All I have to do is go over there, take some wood chips from the pile, bring it over here, and throw it in with the chicken coop when it smells bad. It's really not that hard. And what we love about it is, and this is kind of just a chicken rule in general, but all of our kitchen scraps go right here onto this deep bedding. So, and it just absorbs everything out of there too, so there's no smell, there's no nasty food smell in our kitchen. It's all coming out here, and it goes into the pigs when we have those, but right now in the wintertime, it just goes right here, so that's reason number 5. And finally, so this is actually something I learned researching this. So, deep bedding compost, this is for the summertime now, it's gonna, oh, squirrels. Deep bedding in your chicken run is going to help to eliminate mosquitoes and flies, because the parasites that live down deep in that bedding are going to eat all the larvae before they get a chance to make it to adulthood. So that's something interesting about the deep bedding system that I did not know, but another reason why you might want to do it. Alright guys, so thanks so much for watching. Let us know in the comment section if you guys do deep bedding or if you guys do something different, and I'm going to put on the screen here a couple of other videos you might want to check out. Take care, bye.